Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much again for joining me. So as you can see, my background has changed yet again. I apologise that I'm having to shift around the house because obviously with this lockdown situation, I've got my children home from school, my husband works from home, and I'm having to find a sort of different place every time, just somewhere that I can get 5 minutes of peace and quiet to be able to sit down and film for you guys, because yeah, there's just people everywhere, and my dogs and my children and my husband, they're just everywhere. So yeah, finding space has been a little bit of a challenge lately, but never mind, I have a very good video for you today. I have some ideas about Harry Potter merchandise that I would love to see in shops. So yeah, keep watching if you are interested to see what ideas I might have. So my first idea is the magical creatures range that Noble Collection have. Now they have a series of magical creatures from Hedwig, they've got Fawkes, they've got Buckbeak, they've got, I think, new ones they've brought out with the Grindylow and the Mandrakes, they've got all sorts of different ones. But they've yet to do a Thestral. I think the Thestral is one of the most beautiful magical creatures, and I don't see an awful lot of Thestral merchandise, and I think that would be an absolutely gorgeous idea for the next magical creature to be a Thestral. They are such a beautiful magical creature, and I just think everybody would be fully on board with having one of those as a Thestral. I think that would be a really good idea, and I 100% would be buying one straight away. I'm not the kind of collector that just buys everything for the sake of having it. I normally buy things that I personally love myself, things that mean the most to me, and I don't have every single one of these magical creatures because I'm not that attached to the Grindylow, for example, so I wouldn't actually go out and buy the Grindylow version. But if there was a Thestral one, I would 100% go out and buy a Thestral. They're just gorgeous creatures, and I would love to have one on my shelf. Okay, I have seen a variety of versions of this, but I don't think so far they've hit the nail on the head with this specific item. We want a golden snitch, like an actual proper looking golden snitch, not a plasticky one that's like a toy version. I think they've got one that's like you can like fly it almost like a drone. They've got like sculpture versions where it's like on a stand, but it's kind of got this big whoosh thing going around it, and then you've got the snitch itself. I just want to see a really simple metal but beautifully detailed golden snitch with its wings out. So maybe it'd obviously have to have some form of stand for it to sit on, but just as it is, just maybe like a really basic black stand with the ball attached to the actual base of the stand and then the wings coming out. I think that would be absolutely stunning, and I think that so far all the snitches that I've seen I've not really wanted to go ahead and buy because they just don't look as authentic as they probably would. I love replicas to look like you've literally just taken it off of the movie and run with it, so having something just on a simple base but a really detailed, beautiful metal snitch would be absolutely stunning. And again, I would buy one straight away. If that came out tomorrow, I would be the first in the queue to go and grab myself one. They are such an iconic Harry Potter item. They have to do these kind of things justice, and I would really love for them to do a proper, beautiful golden snitch. Okay, so this next one I know has been mentioned on numerous occasions by numerous different people that I've spoken to. I've seen it on any Harry Potter Facebook pages that I'm a part of. People want to see an actual proper monster book of monsters, not a plushie, not a cushion, just an actual book. It doesn't necessarily have to be like full of all the information. It'd be great if it was, because let's be fair, there's enough information about all the different magical creatures to actually be able to fill that book, and it wouldn't have to be like a gigantic humongous book. It could just be a normal sized book, but with the actual monster book of monsters cover with like a proper strap as well so you can keep it closed. That would just be such an amazing idea. I do love the plushie version. It's really soft. I saw it in the studio tours. It's really soft and cushy. But I don't want that. I want the actual monster book of monsters. And I just think that it's something that everybody I've come across has said. So I think that something like that would be very well received and a great idea. Something that you could really show off on your magical shelves. Everybody wants to see the monster book of monsters as an actual book. So let's make it happen, please. Okay, so this next idea I have is something I'm actually surprised hasn't been made already, because I think, again, it's something that's quite iconic to the films. It's quite iconic in the Harry Potter universe. But I don't think a lot of people talk about it very much, but it's something that I really love personally. And again, it's at the studio tours. You see it as you go past the Great Hall, and I just think it's such a stunning piece, or potentially could be such a stunning replica, that I'm really surprised that no one's made it before. So I'm actually on about the house point counters. So obviously you've got the 4 house point counters, almost like hourglassy kind of looking items on like a rack, which is obviously attached to the wall in the Great Hall. Now you could have that as an actual replica, even if you did it sort of this kind of sized, with the 4 glass containers, and you can have the different colour beads in the glasses, obviously to count your points. And you could even sell like the sand or beads, whatever you want to fill it with, separately, or maybe not separately, but maybe you could have them like in bags, so you can kind of fill up the house points to maybe have your own house having more points than the others. Or, you know, it could come sort of filled with whatever points are there. That's just what you have to get on with, I'm afraid. But yeah, I think it'll be a good idea to actually have it as you can kind of fill it yourself, because that would be quite nice. Because obviously with me being a Ravenclaw, I want to see Ravenclaw win. I want a house cup, so I definitely want to see more points in my Ravenclaw glass than I do in the other ones. So yeah, I think that would be a really, really awesome idea, and I think that would look so beautiful on your shelves to have these gorgeous glass counters with all the different colour beads in them, or sand, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I think that would be something that would really, really sell well. Okay, so my next idea, again, is something that I'm quite surprised already hasn't been made, because, again, it's a very iconic item from the films, and it's something that would be absolutely gorgeous as a replica, and I'm talking this time about the ice sculpture from the Yule Ball. So when I went to the Harry Potter studio tours December, was Hogwarts in the snow, and as you go through the Great Hall, right at the end is this gorgeous ice sculpture, and it's absolutely stunning up close. And I thought there and then, I was like, why don't they make smaller versions of these? Just something maybe like snow globe sized, just to have for your magical shelves, because again, it's such a beautiful piece, and I don't think it gets talked about enough that we would actually have something of it as a replica. But at the same time, I know a lot of people that I've spoken to have said how beautiful that sculpture is and how they wish they could have their own kind of version at home. So I think having a sculpture made as a small replica would be an absolutely awesome idea. So this next one is again something that I know has been done a fair few times, but once again I don't think it's actually been like nailed yet. Is the flying key from the Philosopher's Stone. Now I've seen so many DIYs how to make your own. I've seen 1 or 2 in subscription boxes, and I always think they're very, very pretty ones, but I think that we need an actual proper replica version of the one from the Philosopher's Stone, because if you remember, the one in Philosopher's Stone is like an old style Victorian aged kind of key, and I think maybe having that as some kind of like hanging item would be absolutely stunning, to have a really old rustic looking key that's a little bit sort of damaged, because obviously the one in the film is. Would be absolutely gorgeous, and I would love, love, love to show something like that off. Again, I've seen lots of different versions of that kind of key, and I've seen some done really, really well, and I've seen some done not so well, but having an official replica version of that would just be absolutely beautiful, I think. Okay, so my last idea for now at least is something that I have not seen, I don't think anyone do, and I would absolutely love, love, love to see this. It's Rita Skeeter's Quill, her Quick Quotes Quill. I absolutely love that. I remember seeing it in the film and thinking, oh my god, they've done such a good job with that, because I remember picturing it in my head as I was reading The Goblet of Fire, and just thinking, oh my god, that quill sounds so much fun. I would love to be able to just spew out all what stuff that I'm going on about, and this quill just goes to town and just writes down everything I have to say, because I waffle a lot. So having to jot down everything that I come up with can be a bit of a nightmare. So having a Quick Quotes Quill would be absolutely amazing. I know you can't really make one that actually works, but having one as a replica would be just as good in my opinion. I think that quill is just such a beautiful looking quill. I would just love, love, love to see it, because I don't think I've ever seen a Quick Quotes Quill actually being done before, and I just think, again, something that is quite a unique item, something that you don't normally see, is always something that I love to have in my collection. I like to have the more random objects. I like to have something that means a little bit more to me, and yeah, that quill for me is just absolutely stunning, and I would love to have one in my collection. Okay, so that was all my ideas for now anyway, for what I would love to see Harry Potter merchandise being made. I don't mind who makes these objects. I don't really mind paying a little bit extra for them if they're a little bit on the sort of more premium standard. I love, love, love to save up for something special. I remember saving up for my golden egg replica, and I just remember thinking to myself, this is a lot of money, but you know what? I'm going to put a little bit aside each month until I can afford it, and I will feel a sense of achievement when I do actually go out and buy that, because I just think it makes it all the more special when you have to kind of work for it. So yeah, I don't mind paying a little bit extra. Obviously then we would have some beautiful, beautiful items for our collections, and I would just love to see the ones I've said about today being made, because I just think that my shelves are calling out for these items. I want these items so badly. Thank you once again for watching my video, guys. I hope I didn't waffle too much because, yeah, I do that a lot. But if you did enjoy this video, please give it a magical thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe for more magical content. And I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye, guys.